Greetings. Welcome to Channel 6 Late Night. I've discovered some things while I was getting ready that my green screen hole here actually masks off stuff, so I got my spare green screen and I'm trying to figure out how to hang it up, and I don't have the VNC up for some reason. I think it crashed. So I was bringing that up. Welcome to Channel 6. We're going to work on some Quake maps as soon as I can show you this stuff. I put my computers to sleep at night. I put them to bed before I go to bed. And it's... Oh, what just happened? Okay, that was kind of weird. And it's kind of quirky. I can't find the edge. Oh, what am I looking at? I might actually have to go over to the other machine. There, no. What am I doing? Replication of VNCs. I've got two. I'm in a VNC that's in a VNC. Oh, this kind of blows my mind. I'm in a VNC that's in a VNC, and I'm doubling back to the VNC that's around. Oh, I'm out here. That's what I want. I've got to get this up to the right size. I have a way to set it, and then I want to test it. Oh, I only have one way to test it, and that's to that's actually to do this. Okay. We need to go to the thing and set the thing. It's already set for map hack. Okay, so I'm going to go test this real quick. I just have to look on the other machine after I run the map hack. I found out I was doing my backup, and I was actually backing it up within itself in a subfolder. So it was replicating the whole structure. All right, let me go check this. I'll be right back. Looks good to me. I think I need both of those anymore. Okay, it looks great. It's interesting that I'm not used to it. It'd be nice if I could snap a screen and look at it. I might actually be able to fake that. No, it's over that side. It's interesting that I'm not used to streaming sitting down. The last month and a half I've been doing it standing up. Mic level looks good. Okay, I'm just going to... I realized that this actually blocks a portion of what you're supposed to be able to see, because I have a transparent behind me, and suddenly I rolled the wheel. And I wanna actually test this with something, not Terraria. Yeah, you should be able to see, yeah, exactly as I thought. You should be able to see what's the desktop through what's behind me. I didn't even think about that the other last couple of sessions, so let's see if I can hang this green screen and do something here. And then we'll start the Quake map editing, because all that, nice thing is all that stays ready to go. Did I do this? Okay. I suppose I did fix this. Can it display a command, I wonder? I could go look at it. Let me hang this. I had to use my alternate camera because my main camera was, and I have a situation here. It's tilting the power cord's tilting my camera. It's long enough. It's just heavy. I hope that it's actually powered. I've discovered an issue that I think the power sockets on my things, because I plug them in all the time, are getting loose with some of my cords. And I really got to stay up on the charging, or they'll just die midstream. They can only go like an hour and a half without charge. Away and I'll be right back. I might need an extra thing. So I want to have safety pins in there. Okay. MacGyvering we will go, MacGyvering we will go. I need another safety pin. MacGyvering we will go. My new theme song. Something like that. MacGyver tool. MacGyver tools. Let's see how it works. We've got spare green screen material. And it needs to hang down. I trapped it in there, but I realized it has to go further. Ooh, it's not spreadable? Yeah, it's spread outable. Spread outable? Yeah, spread outable. Shiny, or it has a realize that I'm blocking my editor and my game view and stuff. Like, wait a minute, this isn't quite right. And I don't know how efficient this is going to be. I just got to go over here. And this stuff has a tendency to just flop all over the place. It will just slide there all at once. Missing a safety pin. The vibrator's already running to a strict count. Yeah, that safety pin and it's gone. It's sitting over there. Bonus channel. I need 2 doors. I need a longer string. I should just cut a piece of string right there. Oh, for now, we'll do it this way. Just to get this up and get going, because I'm already about 10 minutes behind what I was planning from having to fix things. Oh, that doesn't hang the way I want it to. This is where you find out stuff doesn't exactly do what you expect. Wait, the only thing is now I've trapped myself into a green screened cocoon. It's not. Oh, there's a better way to do this. Let me make this adjustment and then we'll be off on our Quake editing extravaganza. Although I'm wondering if it's going to be as popular. The first night I started out with a major stuff up on my main system that took me about 20 minutes to fix, but people still hung out. There's a moment when you realize what you're doing is a lot easier than you're making it. Okay, that's a little bit better. I see a little crunk up in the corner. Let me see if I can fix. That's not ever going to be as nice as the straight hang, but we'll live with that. Headset's on the ground. Oh, no, on the ground, wrapped around the chair. Okay, there we go. That's probably as good as I'm going to get it on short notice, and I don't know I can... Yeah. Can't get rid of it. Do I hear somebody saying hello? Or was that in the music? I haven't, how do I get back over? I haven't heard anybody in my Discord a while. Checking Discord. Is anyone here? Is anybody out there? Just nod if you can hear me. How do I check people in my Discord? Well, how do I go there? I don't see anybody. If you were calling me, I'm here. If you're watching, I am disconnecting back from that. I don't want any confusion. Okay. Welcome, my less than obvious lurkers, to Channel 6. It's time for Quake editing. I'm attempting to see... I don't actually have my regular camera, so if I switch to my full cam, you're going to see this. The background's still animated, but I look a little stiff there. Just a little stiff. He'll be alright later. That camera's actually charging. Actually, I could probably swap out to it now. I don't think it matters from over here because I don't need the main cam. I need this. My alternate cam's plugged in. I have two. I have a backup. And it was some coincidence that brought me the backup. Okay. Let me get comfortable. This is root beer. It's good stuff. IBC, real sugar. I have some issue with high fructose corn syrup drinks. I drank a lot of Mountain Dew as a programmer back in the 90s, and by the time it was over, when the caffeine wore off, no matter how much I drank, it was like time for a 2 or 3 hour nap. I mean, like serious nap, and I can take a half hour, 40-minute, hour nap and wake up and do stuff. After a 3 hour nap, like say if I crash at 4 p.m. and wake up at 7 p.m., the rest of the evening is just mostly wasted. So, choosing to believe that this is good, let's go see what we have to do. Ooh, what happened there? I'm going over, I want to set audio levels on my thing now and take a look at our map as it stands. I've got my high intensity So this is just a sample right here. It's not going to really look like that. I just wanted to put something there to see what it looked like. And we've got some things out here. I need better lighting. I'm just taking a look at the handiwork so far. My server does some interesting things. This is Chaos Mod Mark II, the Archons. Oh. Ooh, how many people are actually watching? I have a thing I'm supposed to be setting audio levels. Let's do that. I don't have any way to do it remotely. I've just got to go back over there. That didn't sound that loud. I don't think I can make it. Oh, you know what I can do? I have an idea. Back up. I never tried setting the audio. Let's solve a couple problems here. Where's my volume control? Oh yeah. I never thought most of my let me bring this over where you can see it. Most of why does it look so strange? This is my main thing. Those colors should be better. Oh, I know why. You can't see it. No, those colors aren't right. That should be green underneath a red. Making sure I'm on my own screen and I'm not operating double at VNC, but most of my stuff is already up 100%. But the master isn't. Let me see if that's the master. Okay. Because I can do that. I can actually control that with another thing. Oh, that's pretty good. 90%. Oh. I wonder, let me go to a map that makes, what's going on here? Whoa. Oh, there's a button on my keyboard called numlock. No, not numlock, scroll lock. There's a special set of keys on my keyboard that don't necessarily do what you think. Oh no. This isn't right. The H control key's stuck down. Where is it? There's actually a numpad in the middle of the keyboard, like IOP or UIO is 4, 5, 6. JKL is 1, 2, 3. So if you hit numlock, it does weird things. But I actually have another issue. I have a control key stuck down. Control H is ooh, yeah, I don't want to do that. Control H is backspace. And if the control key gets stuck down, yeah. Deathmatch 1. There's an extra key in there. Okay. E1, M5. Let's go here. It makes continuous noise. That's pretty good noise. But it stops if I click off of it. Why does it stop? I have to send it to that screen. That is on screen 4. Screen 100. I have to send it to screen 100. It goes down. I need it. I need to see the audio levels. That's pretty good. -30. On these meters, 0 is basically like your maximum. It should be 11, shouldn't it? That's a reference to... No, don't do this to me, brain. That's a reference... No, don't do this. You can't do this, brain. You can't do this now. Oh, wow. It just short-circuited on the 11. And I know what 11 goes to. Oh, wow. It's the fake rock band. They made a whole movie. I'm actually going to have to run a search engine on that. Oh, wow. I completely forgot about the music thing. Do you honestly think they would mute or copyright claim Lords of Acid? You never know. It depends on the rights holder. I've got to... I forgot about just... It's part of the game. I wasn't even thinking about it. Okay, we're actually going to just book another entry in here. So... let's go over to the main interface. Remote. I'm just going to go to Radiant View. That'll cover most of the screen. I know that capturing off the VNC has a little bit of lag, but we'll live with it. Okay. Let's go into where I want to try and look for that. And that might be in a PK3 file. Unless there's a way to turn those off completely, because that's actually in... Oh, I think it is in a PK3 file. Because that's the Visage mix. I'm not even sure where I have that. Alder Beta music will be okay. Where's Visage at? Solving oddball problems that I wasn't even expecting. I forgot about that music mix. This. Oh, I have... There are possible issues with this application. It can lock the desktop somehow. Sound. CD tracks. That's it. It's track 11. Can we delete this from here? Delete. Let's make a copy of this and make... We'll try a track list. The video game music will be fine, but that's my DJ mix for Visage. So what we're going to do, and it'll load this no matter what I do. So I'm going to have to move it somewhere. Visage plus mix. This is... I can do that. So what we want to do is put it someplace. Backup location. Move it out. I think I could just move it up to the parent folder. I mean, I could put it in any one of these, but I don't want to lose track of it. Okay, let's copy it. Up. One. Dunk. There? Yes. Oh, right. No music. Nom. Okay. Did I actually? Yeah. Reopen Nom. I don't know what it is with Xarchiver. I should get something different because it's so easy to mess up. I don't know why it has that issue. Delete. Pray to God. Bless this. Boom. Okay. Let's try it. So E1M5 uses track 6 apparently, or track 11. They do. They don't. They recycle. No. Why? I don't get it. I wonder if the stuff knows Lightning Man by Nitzareb. I don't understand why that's in there. Didn't I just take that out? Oh, wait a minute. It is, what was on under sounds? Sound. CD tracks. And you gotta tell asterisk. How does it still have it? We better test them all real quick. What I will do is kill the desktop. Oh, that's uber easy to do. Oh, then I won't be able to hear it. I'm listening. I'll do it this way. I'll do this. I'll unplug the desktop and listen to it live. Oh, you can. I gotta kill the mic too. You can still hear it through the mic. Okay, all we have to do is find that 11. That means it's not just in the or it's loading it from, let's see, and it doesn't tell us where the source. Oh, there's a way I can find that source. Let's take a look at. It might actually be in the directory. No. These sounds are there. Oh no, it doesn't have CD tracks. I wonder where else. That's in something else. Well, it's not there, and I don't load. I'm only doing it one. I'm not loading mods. So it's got to be in an MP3. You need one or a PK3, MP3, PK3. If I unzip -L asterisk PK3, that doesn't work. For FN asterisk PK3, do echo unzip -L string out. Up. Done. Okay. We actually do the command this time and we grep track 11. What? Let's see what happened there. It does that. And that was track 11, right? We're solving it. You're learning how, as part of map editing, to solve an interesting problem. Was it labeled track 11? Track 11.ogg, CD tracks. G track 11. What file is that? I don't know what file it's in. What do we do now? Do echo string F grep track 11 Visage PK3. Didn't we fix this? Am I imagining? What we do? Oh. Okay. Copied it. I made a copy and didn't remove it. Okay, so the music one. Now we have to test map hack. I haven't been typing right today for some reason. I was trying to type something and I kept hitting the enter key instead of quotes. E1M5. Beautiful. There we go. Okay, I believe that the audio is good. I've set to Radiant on my thing. Radiant and Map Hack are probably going to be the two most common I use. My background, do I have a clear screen, is one of my random desktops I've made based on Atari. Interestingly, Doom's not an Atari game. And this other game above it is Lords of Conquest for the Commodore 64. It's really cool game based on a board game called Borderlands. It's kind of a Risk-style game, but they added some interesting elements. And this little shape here where my mouse is a horse. And you can get breeding grounds, and they increase your territory strength. It's pretty cool. I figured out how to get my stuff off of my virtual XP. I figured out how to copy everything. So, if you just tuned in, welcome to Late Night with Six. This is Quake map editing. This is the map we're looking at, the base map. There's some things I need to do here. I periodically like to look back at my inspiration. I made a mistake with my snack. I've discovered if you put cheese on the plate, it'll actually glue itself to the plate. Tonight I had half a slice of baby Swiss, half a slice of Munster and pastrami and sausage, and cheddar, white cheddar. So I want to look back at my inspirations. We have floaty rock land here with lava dripping from the bottom. We have the labyrinth maze. And did I actually have a couple of those? I'll leave that there. We have a better picture of the labyrinth maze. Because that zoom. And I want to look at one other thing. I've got a description for the Chaos mod. Where do I have? Let me just make sure I'm actually on. It sure looks like I'm on. I can actually go to the screen I want. It sure looks like I'm on the whatchamacallit. Oh yeah, I have a chat over here. If you just tuned in, I have made a Three Stooges command. One of my, uppercase. Really? One of my watchers, one of my, what's in the background there? Oh, I was looking something up in Star Trek, the original series, an exact quote. One of my followers pointed out that my three bots are like the Three Stooges. So I just made a Three Stooges command, and they'll do a quote from the Three Stooges material. And they talk to each other through these little shortcuts, which I suppose I could take them down to two digits. And you can fire them off with Bang Mo, Bang Larry, and Bang Curly. The bots seem to have a problem with Larry. And you can only do one every, third of a minute or so you can't overload them too much. And they have, this is from one of their shows, All for One, One for All, every robot for himself, because they're bots, they're not humans. And then I have another one, Mo. It did Curly right. And they kind of taunt each other. I didn't put in any virtual knuckle busting or anything. Knucklehead thingy things. I didn't want that. But I'm editing a thing. I want to update last night's session, but I gotta look for a couple frames I want to take out. So, I have to do a shout out Damon Killer 99123. Thank you for following me 8 hours ago. I really appreciate it. If you're just tuning in, we're doing late night Quake map editing, and one thing I want to look at, and at this point I'm not 100% certain where to find the spec for the Archon, the Chaos Mod Archon spec. I do have it somewhere, possibly open in one of these, but I'm not sure which one. It's been a while since I've looked at this, and mostly these are source code bases, but one of them's supposed to be special. I don't know which one. This is the HUD. It's in client-side QuakeC. It's what does all that funky HUD goodness. This is a bunch of config files. I thought, and a copy of my plan file. I thought that might have been it. This is an alternate code base. Oh no, this is the Archon code base. Oh, this is the publication version, I think. Oh, I got an idea. There's a mods directory. There's a place where I actually go to work on mods. Q mods. Yay! Your Archon has a directory. Basically, I took elements from, and I'll demo it one time. I'll do a whole thing on Archon. Archon 1 and Archon 2 were 8-bit computer games for the Commodore 64, the Atari, some others. I like the Commodore 64 version the best. It had the best color and music, I think. I don't know, the Atari's probably pretty good. I'm just familiar with the Commodore. But basically, in the game Archon 2, there were 4 adepts, and they had various powers, and they could summon helpers, and you could do an apocalypse spell, and the masters would intervene, and the castles came to life. And that was my idea for the Archon. Basically, it's a morph of the player. You build up your power through various morphs. You can become the different monsters, and the goal is to become to get enough energy to become an Archon through a artifact in game. And you can do a lot of the Archon spells: teleporting, summoning, creating things. And this mod has some interesting features. It's built nominally on top of Painkeep because I had 2 bots modded in, so there's always companions to play with. One bot sort of has issues. I used FrickBot and Painkeep. Painkeep will just always be after you. It's a nasty bot, and FrickBot kind of gets confused. And 2 of them together make not human, but somewhat realistic deathmatch companions. So I used that base. I used that base, the Painkeep 3.0 base QuakeC code. And this is a list here of some of the things that I use. I use all kind of tools to do this. There's a lot of different things to do. Ooh, I can update my hardware list now to the new stuff. That GeForce 770's been dead a long time. I got a 1060 now in this system. Crunchbang. I don't have Crunchbang's not my OS anymore. But somewhere I've got a design spec for this. I'm wondering if I have the design spec anywhere. There's a documents folder. Let's check that. That might have the design spec. Folder beta. And Anode X was a game I was designing using this engine and some just creating a abstract kind of game. Anodes and cathodes are part of circuitry, part of a battery. and they were going to come to life like Tron style and be adversaries, and I had a whole game designed for it. I might do that sometime. It's a pretty neat idea. So I have compile stats that I save just to track how the code changes. I gotta remember to periodically look over and see what my bots are up to and who's talking to me. One thing I can do is go by last modified. That's the bottom, June 2003. My stuff goes back a long way. Ideas. This should be an interesting file. It doesn't necessarily contain what I want. I have a lot of ideas. I could probably produce a couple of 300-400 page books on my ideas. It's a to-do list, an idea list. Wow. Script 6. Oh, this. Oh, this is the scripting when how old is this? 2018. Because about 3 or 4 years ago, I was working on a gaming channel that I didn't realize I actually wrote a script. I was still using Patreon before they kind of fell down. They're still operating, but I think they're on their way out. Don't quote me on that. A personal opinion, that what I've seen, it doesn't look like they're doing too well, but I'm not an expert in that. Alt-T was my scene transition. Wow. I actually have scripts written for Vanguard talking about Pain Keep. I don't use scripts now. I just go live and start chatting at you guys, start blabbing at you guys. I can blab all day. But then I've been a dungeon master since like 1980. DMs can talk forever. There's some gaming philosophy. You really want to limit the DM talking, because once he gets going, oh, this is an error file. Archon compile stats. Chaos mod Archon explained. How about this? Check this out. Can we wrap? Do we have a wrap option? Yes. Did I turn that on? Yes. Oh, it doesn't need to wrap. So I've got a link to the wiki for Archon, the manual, chessboard style play, what I really like about it. Very unique blend of board strategy, direct combat, basically arcade game combat and spell system. And it is still pretty unique, although there are games now. There are a lot of games that people might say, oh, well, Dark Souls is like that or whatever, but not for me. It was my favorite. I'm just going to say it's still my favorite game. I haven't played in a while. The most interesting part was to play against different players that had different play styles. The first idea was Archon 3 on a Commodore 64. I'd still like to do that. I have the notes for it somewhere. And I had created a Commodore 64 monitor program that could create source code running a program. And I would like to do that with an emulator like MES or MAME, because you could create source code for anything and modify it. Oops. One nice thing about the cheese being stuck to the plate, it didn't end up on the floor. The cat will get the rest. I just got this. I'm just going to go check something. interruptions occur. I should have. I did that. I should have a studio light. So, just making. Oh, what? It wasn't showing me the thing. I'm just making sure I'm broadcasting. I've got a couple pieces of hair, but I have honey for that. I go through a lot of honey. I need it for my hiking because when I get out on the trail, out berry picking, there's a grass. Its seeds, its pollen just clogs my throat, and then it becomes challenging to breathe. This microphone really takes up a good bit of my camera. Okay, I'm live. Welcome to Channel 6 if you just showed up. We're doing Quake map editing late night. I know not as many people are on late night. I'll go see how many people I follow are actually engaged. It's fascinating to me, this, no, I don't feel like checking out my stuff on Twitter. I've kind of abandoned Twitter for, oh, hey, is that, it's muted. It's muted. Yeah, there's not too many people on. Moob, hey Moobinski. Kieran K. I host her sometimes. I've got quite a follow list because I've been following anybody that I'm interested in, or I wonder where this rated to. Interesting. Humble bundle partner. I should look into that. But and my brain short-circuited. Yeah, I have to finish watching this LGR video. He's going over hooking up actual arcade hardware to modern control systems and monitors. It's pretty cool. But whoever is here, welcome. Consider following me. I was just checking up on the people I follow. It's a really fascinating thing to be involved with, live streaming, because all kind of people get involved and they all have different ideas and unique expressions, and I like the individualism, but people still come together, and I find that refreshing. One of the reasons that I pretty much abandoned Twitter is because it's just an echo chamber for the most part. Once they gave the ability to block, not Twitch, Twitter. Once they gave the ability to block unwanted or undesirable accounts from responding or doing anything, which the way people respond there, they kind of had to. Because everything devolves into this little, like when you're in first grade and two kids are fighting and he said this and she said that, no you're this, no you're that. It's that kind of thing. It's that kind of grade school, young school children kind of thing. But once they did that, it's like it's a global soapbox. Who are you talking to? If people can't read you, who are you talking to? Where are you going to have meaningful discourse? And that's one of the things I really like about Twitch. At some point, I might try YouTube streaming, because somebody that I follow on Twitch that I'd go to try and watch all their streams. They're on YouTube now, and I'm apparently not getting the notifications. I hear that's a common problem on YouTube. Maybe not, but that's what I heard. Yeah, but you got to be careful repeating what you just heard, because it might not be right. I don't know if it's right. I just heard that from some people, YouTubers that I watch their videos. But the Twitch community I find to be much more engaging and much more supportive building each other up instead of kind of tearing each other down, and I like that. And I like that different individuals can express themselves but still get together because we're really all different. And it's interesting that marketing organizations try to lump people together in like a big glob of similar things. But we're all really different. So, the ideas, keep my chat. Come up and chat anytime you want. I will interact with you. I could interact with my bots, but they don't have much to say, just what I tell them. I wonder if it's possible to have them construct a random conversation just with the variable list they have. So I was working on a mod called the Chaos mod, and the original Chaos mod is actually, I think it's in this. And I have no way. Well, it'll be where the this editor is Radiant. It'll be where Radiant is. I'm on Radiant, right? I'm just going to make sure I'm on Radiant. Because that says map hack. Yeah, I'm on Radiant. Okay. Thank you for coming by, whoever has showed up. I appreciate it. Even if you're just lurking and listening. I know I do streams outside, and I'm not always like, I'm away from chat, and I have no way of checking it. And then I'll come back, and there'll be a whole bunch of stuff. Sometimes I even come into the main system to get something and throw things into chat, and I don't even have a mic with me. The Chaos mod originally was spec'd right here. It was going to be a class-based mod. I didn't know about the original classic Team Fortress developed on Quake, which would have made this work. Because I had the standard Marine as the standard Quake player, a demolitions guy, a specialist, which the idea was you had to keep, like, if you collected a certain weapon a bunch of times, it upgraded, and I still like that idea. A technician who was basically a tinker, he was the engineer from... Oh, no, I have the engineer. What was the technician? Oh, he could booby-trap machines and do stuff, and the engineer could build things. A thaumaturge, which is basically, that's a wizard or magician. A dragon person, Draconis. They could eventually morph into a full-size dragon. Thief, and I'm not really sure where he was going, except he could steal things. A wraith, which is basically an immaterial thing that could go around and drain energy. I actually implemented Wraith. And then Chaos was the Archon in the beginning. It was called the Chaos mod. It wasn't involving Archons yet. And if I'd have made 2 teams and you could have selected any of these, that would have actually worked out. See, I hadn't seen Team Fortress when I started working on this. And it was a while before I actually investigated, even once I knew about it. If I lean like this. Oh, that's good. The camera's in a slightly different position than what I'm used to. It's nice I'm not actually outside the frame now. And it looks like the green screen's mostly working. Cool. So there's a whole design here to advanced level, this, that, the other thing, weapons. This is the original Chaos mod, which I never managed to implement. I couldn't get around how to do what I wanted. So I started working on Pain Keep 2, the Pain Keep upgrade. And I've even got like a weapons conversion list and all kind of stuff. I've got the specs and the map stuff for all the different things. Doom, Quake, Quake 2, Quake 3, and then the master is like a comparison list of all these weapons, even with the icons if I could find them. This is actually available for download on my ModDB, I believe, somewhere. It's called Wep Equices, Weapon Equivalency List. So Wep EQCYS. It's probably a zip file, but I might have it as an Excel file and a numeric file, because numeric's kind of a Linux-only thing. Ooh, and I have my Yorkshire Gold tea. I drank Lipton's. I got to ask a question about this. Oh, what kind of tea are you drinking? I drank Lipton's for about 18 years. When I started working as a stagehand, I gave up Mountain Dew and started drinking tea. And I've actually had a bunch of different teas. White teas, green teas. I've tried the herbal teas a couple times, and I don't really like them. What's the point if there's no caffeine? So, Chaos Mod Archon explained. This is this looks like an HTML file. Breaks, H-reference. What I'm looking for is the map design. That's in this folder somewhere. I'll find it. Why am I a frustrated developer? Oh, let's change that a little bit. This project. It's almost like a different person wrote this. Just refuses to come into a really clear focus. That's true. There's some elements of it I understand perfectly, and other elements, it's just, what am I doing with this? AVGN. I am kind of stuck. I need a word for that. I'm not using that word there. I'm just editing on the fly. But it's kind of grown from this simple concept into something. Paint key map review. Oh, did I actually want to review paint key? I was reviewing paint key maps on ModDB somewhere. I forgot about that. That slipped my mind. I have a history file for Painkeep. It's everybody that the original, the update releases, my work on it, other people. Somebody did a Quake World. Quake World was slightly different from Quake 1. It was based on the Quake 1 engine, but it had different, slightly tweaked networking code to try to even out the playing field for people that were on dial-up versus people that had a more speedier connection to the internet, because that lag was a real issue. It was trying to resolve the lag issue. Okay, let's look through here. We're looking for a text file, and that text file is the map spec. There's one on Quake Hack history. Quake Hack. Making Quake into an open world. It could be done with this new hardware. And yeah, the original tech could have never done this. We'll do that a later day. I'm really looking for this map spec because that will tell me some things I'd like to know. Archon bits. What's Archon bits? Oh, it's just bit flags for the thing. Archon stats rules. Oh, these are the rules for the gameplay. Realms of Chaos. This is the map spec. The original spec was on a hard drive that died in the year like 2002 or something, and I had like an amount of stuff I hadn't backuped. I run a regular backup, but I hadn't run it for a couple days and the hard drive crashed. So those are guesses. The Realms of Chaos Mark II. Rimmer has Bane. Ice, Snow, Raw Rock, Crystal, with an Alter Bader look and feel. Filmily Arcana, Forest, Ruins, Grimlock, Dark. Zerstorer was a Quake mod that was really cool. Whoever was talking about getting Quake, maybe it was Hiker. He's going to get the package with the pay for expansion packs. I need to tell him about Zerstorer. It's a very nice expansion pack. A graveyard. Vortex Litharge. A never-ending falling corridor. This is actually, some of this is from a role-playing game adventure I had. Occlement Augury, the Temple Vision is done. We've actually taken a look at Spectre Vitriol, Lava Fires. That, I actually have some of the work on that done. Archon Radix is DM Ford style with Archon board core. We're actually working on Archon Radix right now. It's amazing to see. That's what we're working on, the DM4 style. Adept's Lament, Swamp with a Warp drawing. Warp Storms come from a book set by Louise Cooper called Time Master Trilogy and the Chaos Gate Trilogy, and then she made a prequel set, and finding these books these days can be really challenging. I have books that aren't rare, but you can't buy them. There's no way to replace them. And then I came up with level messages, so we're doing Archon Radix. Plan carefully, your next move is your last. Every move, every map set has a tagline, and I tried to make the forest. There's actually a forest, Quake 3 forest map I could show you, and it just kind of flummoxed me what I wanted to do until I came up with this map hack idea. And it's like, oh, this is what I want. Administrators. Denizens of what? Which one? I think these are the denizens of any level. I should make those. They sound pretty cool. That's actually, I think, for Archon Radix, because it's like it's like an Archon board core, and these are like chess pieces. I don't like being too far away from my OBS studio, and I'm wondering if I could capture it with my local OBS. I'm looking for an updated OBS. This. For Debian. And I was trying to find out what version of Debian I had. And that's when I ran my main menu and it died on me. Because I've got this interesting menu system that's built on the fly with pipe menu sh. And under Village, config sysinfo, I need to open this. It locked up doing something, because this just builds a menu dynamically. Like if you take a look, one that works, screen. That is the first menu. Screenshots and config, label screen. Executes the open box, pipe menu with config screens. And that's actually here. And it's just this little piece of code, and it builds like, these are my, say I wanted Gauntlet Druid. And it will put up my Druid background. And some of this is randomized. You can go back into the menu and it has like subset backgrounds, and I've got different Druid maps. I just selected the one that's on screen. Like say the level 1 map. It's a Commodore 64 game that I was mapping out. I think there's 7 levels. So Quaker, there's a Quake menu. It says Quaker, but it takes a long time to load, so I'm not going to hit it. And it's this. And this goes into pipe menu and builds this menu. Well, we can look at while we're going over my programming stuff. I want to make sure this is in the Radiant box. We can actually open that screens menu, and it pops up way over here. Where is it? Oh, all source, all files, screens. So the menu I just showed you is this right here. And it's got some generic code that builds like temp file stuff. And then the main background select is another pipe menu. So pipe menus, loading pipe menus. So this is this first pipe menu right here, based on this temp file it built. So what it does is goes out to a folder, and every directory becomes an entry. And these are the folder names right here. It's a background folder. These are my background sets, and Druid controls this config, and you can just dump images in folders, and it'll build the background out of it. And then this is all the other options. And I accidentally took a screenshot of it. I don't know how I did that. I didn't remember touching anything. Anyways, that's a standard menu. But where was it? Where was it? That's a standard. So I wanted to look at village sysinfo. So we're going to open sysinfo. Pipe menus, sysinfo. That's not right. Oh. We've got to go to this, not that sysinfo, this sysinfo. Where is it? Right there. This is the problem. I'm just wondering why it crashed. Oh, it's a whole bunch of pipe menus. Yeah, I'll probably have to execute each one of these pipe menus in a shell and find out which one dies. Okay. So, where were we? So we're working on Archon Radix. I don't know if I'm going to keep the Archon board core idea. I already have a sample implementation of that. I'm adding this as an annotation. That's the description that we're based on. I'll show you that in a sec. So, what I wanted is, yeah, let's pause that. There's enough. I don't want to get distracted by myself. What I wanted was my Debian. And backup is complete. What I don't know where to find is my Debian. I ought to have some kind of version control thing. The SA command searches through my aliases, because I have a lot of aliases. Can you do an alias list? There they are. These are all my aliases, and they're also code. I don't know if you can look at the functions. Basically in Bash you can give a name, a set of parentheses, and then brackets, and this is a function. It's like a little piece of Bash code. I have a bunch of that stuff too. It's actually right in the set, but it's so long, and I made an SA command to go through it. SAT, I think, maybe. I'm not sure. Anyways, I'm looking for version information. I thought I had something that told me what my Debian was. Stat. No, CPU. Stat user. There's something. That's just that. Stat value. That's the command list. Stat CPU, stat user, stat mode, stat. There is something that tells me what. I wonder if it's uname. What version of Linux I'm running? Print the kernel name. Yeah, thanks. I think we already knew that. Kernel version. Can you just get all the... Oh. Let's see if it's uname minus O. Oh, that's nice. Can you get all the information? All. Dash A. Let's try that. There it is. SMP Debian 4231. I don't know which Debian that is. 2015. I'm a little out of touch. It's barbecue. And I really don't know which. Oh, I guess and I gotta remember I'm not running with noise reduction because my NVIDIA RTX filter died. It dies. I have to restart it. I didn't do it yet. Stretch Buster Bullseye. I wonder if it's in etc. anywhere. It's stored in here somewhere. Cat proc version. What do we think? Debian, GCC, SMP, symmetric multiprocessor. It doesn't tell me anything. I would like to know which level of Debian it is. It could be one of those files in proc. It's not actually a file structure. If you unmount the hard drive, there's no /proc. It's built virtually. Barbecue Linux 2015. Which Debian is this? Gimme. I know you might not be able to see some part of the screen because I have it set for that editor. Which Debian is Debian 4.9? I want the Debian releases. Check this. But what are they? Let's see. 9 is the first one. 10.0. Nope. I'm the earlier version. Okay. I'm probably running this. Superseded. No, that was released in 28. What? What? Wheezy? 2013. I'm probably running Wheezy. Okay. I have the information I need now. Going back to this. Debian 9 is probably intruder detector. I'm going to say that this is my best chance. AMD 64 main. That's probably what I want. Okay, let us... Hey. Download. Do you download? Let's see also. I want to download this. Did I miss something? Category. Repository. Distribution. Alternatives. I'm confused. Is there a download for this? I'm looking at the link. It's definitely an HTML file. That's not a download. I don't think this is a download. No. This seems a little obtuse. I usually just use apt-get, but it won't get me a new one because it's stuck in the past. Binary package. Aha. How about that? We'll save this bad boy in my software folder. There's plenty of packages there. I want to see if I can install it straight up. I'm looking to see if Debian's actually running. Okay, done. We will see if we can get that to install. Package minus, I believe I is install. Because I really want to cast from Debian locally, and then I could just like pick what I want to send over and just send it over. I bet this won't work. Oh wow. Errors were encountered. Okay, one thing's not installed. OBS plugins could be a problem. Okay, let's see if we can get... I record this in case I ever have to rebuild the system or have an issue with it. So I need to do that. Okay, the 17th. Because if I can cast from Linux, then I won't need to record off of VNC, and the lag, some of the lag will go away. It'll get a lot faster. I have gigabit Ethernet on these machines, so it will actually get a good bit better. Okay, apt get install. This is how you do Debian. I really like it because it just installs software. There's no silly licensing agreements except you've agreed to the GPL, the new public license. There's no captchas to do. You don't have to click on a dozen links just to get the thing downloaded. You just do this and boom. If it'll work, it'll work. There's a chance because I haven't updated in a while, it's not going to work. Yeah, it depends on things that it won't install because of the version I have installed. That could be a problem. I wonder if I can process it anyway and try to run it. I might just have to install a new operating system and try to port my configs over. That's where I might be at. Okay. Well, we're going to put this in as a fail. Wait, I can do it like this and there. Fail. Alrighty then. Well, we're working on Archon Radix. Is there any other... what's Caddy's mod? Oh, it's like a Quake 1 version of Gary's mod, where you can just build. Yeah, Caddy's mod. Valve stuff, 713. Oh. Oh wow, I was actually have a text file of stuff I built on Valve. I turned that into a spreadsheet at some point, or put it in a spreadsheet. Chaos mod obituaries. I guess I've added a few obituaries. The Chaos mod feature set describes the morph selection. Quake morphs, Doom morphs, and Strogos morphs. These all haven't been put in. All kind of weapon description and stuff. I have just buku files. QC tutorials. Archon. Oh, Sphere of Annihilation. I have a Sphere of Annihilation in the game. It will destroy anything. It's pretty cool. I have a whole bunch of stuff. There is an XLS version of web equivalencies. It's just an info file. Oh, okay. It's the one for that. Runes description. Oh, this isn't my runes. This is somebody else's room. Room of shrooms. Shrooms. I should do that. There's a really cool thing you can turn on. I should show it to you when I have it up. I gotta remember what it is. Rune of the Fiend, Rune of the Show. Well, I already have morphing. Okay. So, now that it's 12:30, thank you if you're watching. Let me check. Thank you for coming by. I appreciate it. This is our map based on Archon Radix. One thing that we don't have are a lot of lights. So let's make some more of those. I think some of these lights might be a little too hot. But what I'm going to do, you can actually rotate a group of lights. I'm going to put some light out here. And Dunk, you're going to stay there, you're going to stay there, you're going to go over here. Because some of this stuff has to be lit. These lights might be too bright. I have a utility to adjust light levels generically in a file, as long as they all have the same light level. Let's see where this is at. I've got to see there are lights there. Let's raise this guy up a little bit. Okay. There are 3 lights on a lower level that I'm going to bump down. They're 1,000. No. 660. I'm going to make them 501. As long as you use a unique number, like if I use 500 and there's 500s everywhere, I can't isolate them. If I use 501, then I can isolate them. So, Dunk. Let me see. Here? No, this needs to be. I don't really know what these are going to light like, but we'll find out. Sometimes you just throw in a bunch of light and hope it looks good, and then you go back and figure out what you're actually doing with your lighting later. Okay, let's compile that and take a look. There it is. Wabam. Okay, let me take you to the map pack view. Dunk, transition. We'll go over here and run it and see what we got. See what it looks like. It looks worse. I put in a... What's going on here? So, it's saved. I mean, I put in a ton more lights. What you can do is, that takes out that. You hide lights. L. Control L. Alt L. 1, 2. Okay, we'll just go to the menu. There's actually a view menu for filtering. Lights. Alt 0. Alt 0. I don't remember. That's Alt 0. You invert. You hide. You invert. You unhide. And there's a way to turn off that light splash. What is it? There is a way to turn off the light. Open. No. Alt 0 does it. I thought there was another way to turn that off or tune it down. Once you get down in it, that's a lot. That's a ton of light. And these things are all surrounded by light. So I don't understand why that's not proper. My cat just showed up. I don't know what he wanted. He didn't stick around. Let's check out how many lights are actually in this map. That's a lot of light. Are we compiling the right map? Yes. Export D underscore 1B. It's going into Quake 0. We're in Quake 0. We're loading that map. It just seems really dark, and it doesn't keep lights. I'm not understanding. I wonder if I did something wrong with the light levels, because this isn't lit hardly at all. The columns are lit, but they had lights around them. You can always do general ambient lighting, and I use this to implement a day-night cycle, but we don't really want to do it that way. That's just like an extra. Although if I use the day-night cycle, it's actually lit pretty well. Let's see. There's a chance I typed the wrong thing. Oh no, the lights were already working. I couldn't have typed the wrong thing. I don't know. There's lights all over the place. If you're lurking, thank you. You can come up and chat, ask me any questions you have. Try and finish my tea tonight. So, besides the lighting issue, I have my DM4 Pane Keep 10 map style elements. Okay, well, let's see. Let's see what that command is, if it's here. Probably something like relight, although I can't be sure. And if I check for the word light, I can't look in the map files. Oh, I probably don't want to leave that on install. GOPS. It doesn't look like it put it in there. I've got 0.15 and I want to get the new version. Oh no. That looks like the new version is installed. What happens if I run OBS? I'm just curious what version I'll get. No version. I think it's just plain OBS. I exit this as root. OBS. Error while loading. Oh. So my old OBS doesn't work now because it doesn't have that. Nice. I wonder if I could compile it from source. It'll still need the libraries and everything. We're looking for a relight command. Oh, I can just search through here. Colors. I will run colors for you. Implement arglight. MCOV. Vimcat. Colors. No. That's the colors command. So if you want colors in your bash terminal. These are the escape sequences. It's based on a VT 100 or Digital Equipment Corporation escape codes, but they just keep updating them for new things. And I could probably, what's it look like? It's pretty simple. Oh, I said it's pretty simple. It's a whole bunch of this code that basically builds all these and displays them. Let's see, I was looking for light. Less pipe, RXB. Highlight inactive tabs only on Bell. Colors, bash alias. Let's see, SA light. No, light commands. I don't see anything that strikes me as my Quake relighting. I think it would be in the folder. And there's only so many executable files here. None of them. Cast cat. Cat's like a list. There is definitely a file that takes a light level and changes it into another light level. I don't remember what. I haven't seen any of this stuff, and I wrote it all, but I haven't looked at it in a long time. It's not that. What does BM do? Biome compile all used. Oh, it compiles biome map chunks. Yeah, because I have a lot of those chunks. It might just be generically folded into another command. I do things like that. I just add it. I don't believe it's AN, no. Angle shift. But it goes with these. Yes. Oh wait, there's a git. What are my git commands? Working tree clean, GLF. Oh, hey. I have git in my map folder to track my changes. Because sometimes it's nice to be able to go back to a previous version of something. I messed up, didn't I? GST. Oh. Git add -F because it doesn't recognize them. GC. Init archon. Arc. Radix. Chaos mod Mark 3 map. Boom. There we go. So if I have the maps, is there any possibility I included the archive? Doesn't look like it. It looks like it's all maps. Wait, what was that? Descriptive titles. Looks like it's only maps. Yep. Something in here is capable of changing light levels, and it's something I did recently. I don't remember what it is. But I would want it in the executable range. Start guide. Is that part of Git? No, not cat ls. Oh, that's like images. I'm just looking around to see if I can figure out this command. Map compile, MC is map compile, pub is publish. Q2 does something with it actually substitute class names to compile a certain map a certain way, different genres of maps. I know there is a command to change light levels. It's pretty cool. SMB. Light and tab, lighting. Not in there. Well, it's Quake map files. Let's look at that. rprep. I wonder if rprep might do it. V rprep. Wow. I knew it would be an interesting night typing. Okay, this prepares maps for Radiant because default Quake maps, Quake 1 maps, will not open in Radiant, and this doesn't change light levels. So I wrote, this is a little program I wrote to convert an old school like 90s Quake 1 map into something that can be edited in Radiant, because the compiler doesn't care, but Radiant cares. Type if, no. Q backup, no. Who knows? That's a good question. Let's take a look in here. Adjust light. Light levels. I gotta know what I'm searching for. Admin map changes and always clear admin light levels menu. No. Lower general light levels. No. Nope. Oh, 2013. It's not back that far. Let's just look for the word light. Surrounded by spaces. Light amp visor. Nope. Light answer removed. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Relight. 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 Interesting. Makes sense, doesn't it? Relight. Huh. Huh. That sounds good, doesn't it? Welcome to my thinking process. It's a little muddled sometimes. Okay. Do we dare just type relight command not found? I don't see a relight. Relight. MapRel. No. Releases. MKTR. MKTR. Use MKTR. Interesting. Where have we implemented the relight? It would be in the map folder. /relight. I know it exists. Oh, you know, at some point I had music on we could listen to because I'm starting to zone a little bit. It's here. Cool. How's that sound? A little louder? I'm gonna turn. It's not exactly, for me, compatible with the I'm not sure I actually like that. Where is this thing? I gotta get the right keyboard commands. I've been enjoying the synth. We gotta see if they keep me going. Okay. 1 a.m. Oh, I felt my cat. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what it comes up with. BSP files map. Oh, I'm going to get rid of the back files for now. Where does it show up? Nowhere. I'm not searching the dot. Gotta be careful putting dot in there. I wonder how my relight operation works. I'm gonna have to take a break in a little bit. What's dot .py? PID publishing. Oh, okay. It's different. I had a different publishing thing. Oh, this does things for release compiling mods, resource mods, yeah. I make commands and I make more commands and make even more commands. But one of my commands has the ability, and you know, it's there in my mind and I just can't remember it. One of these commands has the ability to relight maps. And I just don't remember what it is. One of them certainly does it. It might be a generic just wrapped into something like the map compiler. This does some pretty complicated. No, it's not in here. Not in here. I don't know. And I think this map should have, what mode are you in? We're in map hack. Let's go back to Radiant before I start editing again. Okay. If you are tuned in, you're watching Channel 6. I'm your host. I'm editing Quake maps. There's a Discord. I'll shout out some of my favorite, some of the people I really like on Twitch. I gotta remember their names correctly. Is it Psycon 1? Yeah. Those are some people that are pretty good to watch. They do a lot of earlier in the day streams. A couple of them are British. You gotta catch them earlier in the day. So we got all this light. You know, you need SED to edit light. What's MBB? Map Buster. Do TX load, TXML. Nothing looks like it's substitute. So that's going to operate by exchanging map light levels. It doesn't help that I'm off on the keyboard, probably because I'm sitting off to the side. It might be in one of these generic commands, but I don't see it here. Because it has to take, it has to use SED. I would have used SED in regular expressions. I use a lot of regular expressions. If you're familiar with them, you'll see them all over the place in my code. I know this exists. Oh wow, there's a lot of sed commands there. Slosh. It's where I put generic techniques and commands that I want to remember that I just can't. Window Manager grab, XMV, QRSV. It's probably in the Q stuff. QCCOM. QFC, QR. QR is like a search. I don't see it. I don't know what it could be. I've used it. I wrote it. It's mine. It's here somewhere. I don't know what it is. I know what it does. No, this is for using a MP3 maker. L to P is for using old Windows tools that don't work anymore. Loop rename. Interesting. Meow. There's a cat down here. Loop rename. Enhance for generics that renames a set of files in chronological order. That works pretty good. I'm petting my kitty. It's calming me down. I'm not really not calmed down, but I'm petting my kitty and it makes me happy. Well, I feel like this might be a fruitless pursuit. There actually is a file to do this, I believe. Did I grep? No. Yeah, I did. You know what I could do? Temp is the last compiled map. We got 501s. The 131s are the little yellow lights. Let's bump the 501s. Oh wait. I've got it in my Git. What are the Git commands? I haven't used Git in a while. I've been programming in a while. These are all my these are all my generic Git commands. GC is commit, GLF is a list of last commits. GDs do a diff on one file. G0 lists this list. GLS. Well, GLS gives you some interesting information. Okay. So LTR sed minus I. I wonder if I'm working on the wrong map. X4D1B. X4D1B. Because that's always a possibility that I'm compiling a map and I'm not compiling the right one. But it's changed on June 17th, so that has to be it. Oh yeah. I have a DTE command. I have a special day command. 1 bells and all's well. It has. Does it tell you all the options? Ooh. You can do normal time. You can use it to set the system clock, I think. Then there's the regular format. It includes uptime. You can get, what, seconds? I don't know what the degree symbols are for. Full format. That's the one I made up. Calendar. Oh well, gives you a calendar. Universal time format. And the hardware clock. Okay. So, we believe we have the right map. When I am going to do this, the editor said, change in place. I'm going to change the 501s up to 601s and see if there's any difference. And before I do that, I'm going to make sure that 501 isn't used anywhere else. Okay. I thought there were more than that. Oh, it doesn't have it. Now that I'm sure. Well, that doesn't even say said. Okay. Boom. Yep, there's 601 now. Map compile. That looks right. It's overwriting it. Am I missing something? It's got all the things. Let's go take a look. I will transfer you back to MapHack. And let's run this. I could actually run it from there. It'll bring it up anyways. Right there. You know, it just seems like this isn't... Oh, yeah, it is. Wow, those are tagged so bright. This is actually lit separately because it's a chunk we compiled, so it's got its own lighting. I'm tempted to use R ambient so I can vary it. I'm looking at something and wondering what it is, and it's actually dirt on the monitor. Okay. Well, let's just, for purposes of now, let's... So, I've got this one landform, and it fits into a class. I gotta figure out what it is. One thing I would like to do is create a biome for it and let it build. My bots are certainly diligent. I set up an auto follower today for in-day. And somebody came into his chat and said some other streamer was like the greatest streamer. It's like, wait, what do you think you're doing? And I think it was another streamer. And the like snub there is obvious. And I was going to make a list of auto hosts, because basically when you're not hosting, if they're up, it'll automatically host them. I got a whole list. I think I'm just going to leave it as in-day for a while. I'm thinking about, since I can do 2 streams, I'm thinking about setting up an auto host bot. I don't need to stream for that, because I was setting up a bot and you have to create an actual user to log in, and I created Body McBotterson. And I'm thinking about making, if I get a beehive, just making a hive cam that's just a beehive and just watches it. I could stream that thing 24/7. It spawns all that stuff for the mod. You have to go collect all this stuff and do things with it. And then it's got the runes. It spawns crates, pain keep cubes, morph cubes, runes, and then the mod, the morphing stuff, the nodules and the god particle, and the altar is actually this flag thing over here with the sparkles. That's the altar. You collect these little nodules, and these things are also a PowerPoint. And you set on the altar and it turns the experience points into Archon power. Let's see. How do I set experience? SE. Alias. SE. Can I list an alias? No, I just turned it off. Getting an alias, like you can just say bind something and it keeps it. But if you say alias something, it gets rid of it. So you got to do alias list. Is it list alias? No. Isn't there an alias list? There's a bind list. Aliases? Oh, just alias. But I have a whole ton of stuff aliased. I think it's in 6. Yeah. Apropos SE. That didn't help. I wonder if you can do SE space. No. I don't remember how it works, and I can't get it. I can't display it. SE, oh here it is. Set server. 1. I want to set XP to 1,000. Oh, you can't see. You can't see XP. There's a way to look at these. No. E1. There we are. This is my player entity. XP is 1,000. Archon points. Oh, I don't have any. What am I thinking about? I know how to get Archon points. Just go. There's one particle that gives you experience points and Archon points. There we go. So the Archon points are. I see the. Oh, just Archon. The word Archon is the Archon points. And I did it. So it scales. So if you have 10,000, it doesn't ever quite go off the screen. You got to get a lot. So the first one looks like that. It's this bar on the left, this yellow bar. 10 look like that. About 200 gets above, unless you have all the runes. You got to get up to about 1,000 goes up to there. 5,000, 4,000. But I think you can get quite a bit because it scales as you go up. So 60,000's up at the top. Because I think it stops at 64,000. No, it can actually do more, but. And then you can grab a morph cube and morph with Archon points. Okay. So we're supposed to be doing map editing. Let me take you back to the map editor. Part of map editing is really figuring out exactly what you're doing. That's like an important element to it. I forget whose stream I was watching today. I think it was Inday. and he died. And I said something like, the philosophy of something is don't get dead. I don't remember now, but it was, he's like, yeah, that's true. The philosophy of living is don't get dead. Or as I told a friend of mine, you're alive until you're not. It's true. You can't argue with stuff like that. Most people probably don't want to argue with me anyways. I like to use logic. Or even better, math. I spilled my tea. That happens. Okay. Oh, I gotta remember I don't have. Let's look at this. So I need to go out and get some more of these, because this is one shape and I want a different one. So we save this map. We're going to go out. I think I should bump up these. Wait. The 660s. Let's bump those up. What I just did that said. Let's take a look at that. We're gonna grab their 660. Make sure they're lights. See now, if I want to change the 660, I don't want to change the stuff in the brushes. That'll mess it up. You don't ever want to edit those brush numbers directly unless you're doing something you know will work, because generally it just screws up your map. But we can do it like this. We got to include the quote, because those map brushes don't start with a quote. So we're gonna, this reminds me of 80s, 90s industrial music that they would play in nightclubs. Let's go 7.7. Let's go 777. Boom. 660. So those are the only 660s left. Now the lights are 777. Let's see what that does. I'm just going to leave this in radiant mode. It'll be in that part of the screen. You'll still be able to see it. Yeah, that works. That works a little bit better. I've got some more light now. It's still not well lit. I don't want to end up with too much light on something. Okay. It's good. Good. All right. So I've got to figure out what I'm doing with this map. Realms of Chaos Archon Radix DM4 style with Archon board core, maybe an Escher design. Oh, I see my mouse is in the right place. What? Ah. 2 hours and 23. I've got about an hour left. If you tuned in, you're watching Late Night Quake Map Editing with your host of Channel 6. So, I want to go out and get the Alter Beta map. Alter Beta B, doink. What chunk do I want? I want another one of these chunks. I'm not actually sure which one I grabbed. What do those look like? They're all sort of similar, but they're all slightly different. And I'm looking at their structure to see what I've got. To see how similar they are. I've actually made some of my own. Because I can tell a lot of these are based on the same thing by their shape. Let's take those two. Where'd they go? Nope. Okay, I need to go in and I probably don't need that one to be that tall. The clipping is control right click puts a dot and another dot. You can do 3-dot clipping. And that'll get rid of some of that. So let's see if we can find that texture. What did I say that? I thought it was AL. BL. Oh, it's just dirt to rock? I think what did I make mine? That. BL rock. Oh, that's gonna be trickier. Dirt to rock. We want to change the plain dirt to rock to BL dirt to rock. I'm gonna do that in Skype. It'll be easier. Well, maybe not. This is pretty cool. Yeah, I don't want to do the BL. There is a way. Will it search? Yes. So what I can do is just go like this. And then put a BL in front of it. Alt-A changes all. And then we can see, it'll tell us in this what are these? X4D. Main update. Okay. Did it not do what I wanted? No. No changes added. GST. Oh, it's not working. No. X4D. Now we can do the GC. Okay. Reopening. Because I changed that. And there's the two new pieces changed. Let's see what happens if we draw this one down. I'm pleased with that. See, my idea also was to just randomly place these around. Now, this is more of just a test. We're going to rotate this one a bit different because I want to randomly generate a bunch of these parts of the map. And we're going to... Can we grab some of its lighting. I want to see where that is because it's not evenly spaced. Let's see what this does. It just may be that those lights aren't close enough to anything. I want map compile. No, da-donk. Well, the lighting is turning out interesting. I think that's entirely the issue, that this stuff's just not close enough, some of the lights. Okay, I kind of like this. I am going to leave you with a BRB screen while I take a little break, and then I'll be back to... I think the next thing I want to do is create the biome for the terrain. Unload that up. I don't know why I'm doing that in front of the camera. You can listen to the music. This is going to be my... Do I have a kitty cam? Oh, he's in the... If he's sleeping there... He might actually be there, but I think he's in the dark. Oh, you can see my frozen cam. How wild is that? I'll give you this as a BRB screen. It doesn't say BRB. I'll be Bach. Okay, stream elements. Why did you do that? If you do emotes, it does combos, but I'm not sure why I'll be back would trigger it. It might be they're capable of triggering it themselves. I think he triggered it himself. Okay. Here is the BRB screen. I'll be back. Okay, I am back. Did I bunk something up? No, it's good. I had my stream come up for a few minutes. I'm not sure why. I just deleted the video. It was just 9 minutes of nothing. Okay. Do we still have music? I do. No, it got quiet. Yes. Okay. Creating the biome. The biome needs, first of all, the map chunks. I could technically use the same map chunk. Stream Elements gave itself a combo. Wow. I might be doing the combo for Moobot. Moobot is using those too. Wow. Okay. Checking my mic levels. They look good. Get this right here. That's even better. I'm going to bump that one ahead. I like the other one better. Okay. So I don't actually know what class of that I used now. Of the terrain. There's only certain sets, and I made them out of caulk as well. Oh, you know what? There's a graphic explaining that somewhere. Let's see if we can find it. I'm not. So it's taking me in this direction. I want the good synth stuff. It's hit or miss for me with this Pretzel Rocks. It's just royalty free. So somewhere in the visibility spectrum, I should really use this because I could just go to cap screens. Oh, that's why I'm not using it, because it doesn't show me anything. It's QBranch Vis, I believe. Or maybe not. Oh, maybe. Wait, last modified. There we are. At my last screen capture, I believe it is. Doink. We're looking for... It's actually posted on ModDB. There's one of them. There's 3 different levels of these little hillocks. And I think I want this second line. And they're represented by these caulk 2. I think this is the line I want. And as you can see, there's 2 different shapes. So I'm going to take each one of these, replace the caulk with my proper texture. Which is one of these, probably rock. Actually, I'm going to bump that up to 2, I think. I like that a lot better. It has less pattern. And then write it out as my terrain. So what we're going to do is call the terrain T1 through whatever. Okay. And we'll compile it, so we have to light them too. I gotta put a light package on them. They had a light package. Anointed my desk with tea again. I can't open all of them. So that was Calc 2, 2B, 2C, 2H, 2K, 2L. I'm not sure this is in the same class. I might have the organization wrong. I used BL Rock. I made the scale 2. I should check to make sure I actually have the viewer correct. It is X4D T2. I'm gonna check T1. I can just put X4D in and then take T1. I'm not sure I've got the right. Let's go to Charlie and see what we get. Yeah, I'm not doing this right. There's no correct. So, for the calcs, it's not it's actually like this. One Bravo, 2 Bravo, 3 Bravo, 4 Bravos, the series. And there's different style, like height, different biome styles. X4D, we're going to replace T2. Is that not right? Yeah, it is. X4D T2.map. Why did that not? I think it updated it. Can't get the I to type. No. Looks like it updated it. Oh no. It's got a question. Do you want to replace it? Yes. Checking my mic levels. My camera's still going. I'm checking to make sure the camera's still going and I'm in radiant mode. It looks like I'm in radiant. Yep. Okay. If you tuned in to channel 6, I'm editing Quake maps. I'm making some biome pieces for my project here. I'm just texturing these generic chunks I created for terrain. I'm going to compile them. You think this would, I still have to light them though. I thought they were lit. Oh, you know they might not be lit. because it's designed for use with the ambient lighting system. Oh yeah, these aren't lit. I have to decide what that means. I gotta make sure I use save as because I don't want to blow away my calc chunks. But I can always get them back because I use git. Well, maybe. Map. I gotta use git add -f. Oh, it didn't like that. Oh, you gotta have the add first. GSGC. GST, yes. 5. My calc map. 5. And 6. Okay, various. That texture right there. Ooh, I like that one. I don't know if I want to do that one for a change. T4, T5. This song is messing with me. Calc 6. Yeah, this song's kind of messing with me. I sort of need a local interface to the controller. There is no selection to export. I want to save as. Okay, I've got my chunks. Why can't I type? Did something weird. There it is. Okay, I got my chunks. Git add F. GST. GC X4D. Train biome chunks in it. Okay. We have to compile each one of these. I think I can give generic commands to the compiler, but I'm not going to worry about that. One thing that I want to see happen is the texture actually textures. Yes. These are just so simple they compile instantly. And then I'll show you what the, I already compiled that one. And then I'll show you what the, okay, we got our chunks. id1 maps. X4D. There's our chunks, T1 through T6. This is how we make a biome. It's almost 2 a.m. I want something to munch on. I'm gonna go find something. I will... Do I have anything interesting for a BRB screen? How about this? I'll BRB. Okay, late night munch coming back. Here we are. I get these little cookie packs at Aldi's. They're pretty cool. Alright. Mad Max. I gotta play that sometime. Yeah, there was 2 mods for Quake. One was called Quake Rally and one was called AC Quake, Aircraft Quake. I could make my own Quake version Mad Max mod. Be pretty cool. Alright. We got our chunks. We want to create the biome. So what I'm going to do is take the Aquamanagri load up. ot.aqu because Aquamanagri is pretty simple. This is my loader. I'm probably going to end up having to rename this because it's going to be Archon Radix. That'll probably be AR. But this chunk set's named X4D. That's really all we have to do there. And then we've got to have OTX4D. Alright, so that's in biome. That loads it. It sets the trigger start at the single player. I gotta make sure you run into that, but I've got to go back to the original map and put in a placeholder. But first I gotta learn how to put in a placeholder. I need the outdoor test. I want to know why it's not allowing me to type. KA0.map. This has to have a right there. This will block other map packs from spawning because you can just overwrite it. This is my outdoor test map load. And these triggers just load a bunch of different areas. Okay, let's go back to my X4D1. 1B. I need to put this in. Control tab. It's in the right place. Why is it up in the air? Do I have a problem with my mapping system? Oh, possibly. I thought everything should bunk at 0, 0. Oh, and where does that load? I thought it should be right here. I'm not sure. I might be able to tell on the test map. This takes a while to load. Oh no. Test C5 there. Okay, what's wrong with that? Oh. Just when you think it automatically, you actually have to get the dot map. This will take a while to load, but I'll be able to go and look. I think I'll be able to go and look where it's at. That way it'll prevent it from There should be one right here. That doesn't tell me anything. I believe that it goes at 0, 0, 0. But I can't be sure because that's down. Is that at 0? Yeah, that's negative 176. Let's bump it up to 0, 0. So that. Hold on. I can check in here. Yeah, I don't know if they load from the base or if when they load 0, 0, I'll find out. I'm pretty easy to find out. So basically what we need is all 6 chunks. And we're missing some. Six, 4, 3, 2, 5, 1. And they're not OA, they're X4DT. Is that right? Let's take a look. Yes, X4DT. Document. So we replace all those. We need the percentages to line up with something logical. So each one, we're just going to say like 20%. I like 201. 401. I think I'm going to have an extra 601. Yes, I'm off by 801. I got an extra layer. Basically, if you divide by 10, you've got 20, 30. You got the percentage. All this data has to be in here, so I have to make sure I include these even if they do. There is a do nothing option, but I don't want to get into that. Apex. Okay. That is the X. So we should technically be able to load X4D that way. It should spawn the trigger and fire those off. Let's give this thing a try. This is actually kind of exciting because I haven't done it in a while and I'm not sure if I have it right. If you just showed up, welcome to Channel 6. It's Quake map editing. I think that's what it says on the tin, isn't it? Indeed it is. That title's wrong. I wonder what Jesse Cox did last time. Okay. Right here. Since this is just a thing, I'm going to, I'm not going to put it in whatchamacallit mode, map hack mode, view mode yet. Hell. There's a special way to do this. And it looks a lot like that. So you go here, instead of loading a map, you exec config load, and we have X4D. I believe that is correct. Let's see what happens. I'm going to throw for grins. I'm going to throw in here a set R ambient to 30. I might want to remove this later. Okay, let's do it. Let's see what happens. Wait, what? Did I do the right thing? Okay. We have, as you see, let's bump it up even more. The blue. I kind of like the blue instead of the standard Aquaman augury. But why? Oh, I know why. Because there's a map command. It doesn't work like a normal Quake map. You don't issue a map command. The config file does. There we go. Okay. Now, we should be in a trigger set. Oh, it's over here. Oh, wow. Why is that trigger set over there? See, that's the trigger set. I don't know why it's over there. Boom. And then now it will load every time you go. It'll just expand. Isn't that a weird thing? And our world will just grow. And it looks like I did pretty good. Let's go underneath. Yeah. Flatlander. Oh, that's the lighting. See, these are lit only by ambient. They don't have light. This stuff is actually lit by the light on top, and that's... I think it's part of the original piece that's got the light. Okay. The biome is complete. Now, we don't have anything but these set of chunks, and it actually builds a kind of interesting terrain. So I actually want to have some different kind of things show up, and I'm going to have to figure that out. Because I want the map, it's the structure part, to do a similar biome thing. And one thing I haven't worked out is a multi-part biome. But I think that's what... I think that's how QH2 works. I'm going to look here for QH. QH2 is my key because it uses btest. So I could load the terrain biome with biome, and I could use btest to load the chunks of the map. And similar to this, except let's go to the editor. One, make sure I'm actually in radiant mode. I seem to be. Let's go to the editor and get one of those chunks out. I've been editing on these. So a Quake hack test for this QH2 chunk. You start here. Am I missing triggers or something? What? You can filter things by key press. Triggers are out. Where are they? You hit one of these triggers when you go through. And it goes to the map hack loader. Which is where? Oh, that's kind of weird. Where's the map hack loader? Oh, it's right here. It's closer. This, it just picks out a btest. It just targets btest. So what it does is any of these, it'll just pick one. What it does is it just goes 1, 2, 3, and it counts them. And when it gets to 40 and it doesn't match any, then it has its list and it picks one at random. So what I can do is just say building set 1, building set 2, and the things. Because there's actually 2 different lists here. Oh, these are counted off. These are the actual files. And you can provide a percentage if you want. I got way more than the percentage. You can, so it defaults these. If you don't have percentages, it makes the percentages equal. And if you don't have anything for the rotate command, it won't rotate. The terrain rotates. So I've got my terrain. I need to make sure I got my ambient working correctly. I need my... Let's update our notes. So it's got 2 elements. The terrain elements and the map elements. And when you load the map, it'll just choose them at random. So the next thing to do is create our map elements and our map pieces. One thing I can do is actually replace this. Here's what I could do. We need a clip brush. Players can't go through this. This is what I'm going to do. I am going to create a platform for the player. So when you spawn, you'll be sitting on this clip. And this is why I don't want the clip to be actually up above the terrain, I don't think. That's good. It'll hold you up. And this is the reason. You can tell where your thing is pointing. It'll hold you up. So instead of this right here, instead of that piece, I can make this select one at random, so it'll always change. As soon as I remember how to do that. There is a way to do this. I did it. Let's look at q1.map. This loads a specific map. It doesn't randomize. That's not good. I've got one that actually, and I don't know which one it is. but it'll load one of the three at random. Oh, I forget how this works. This is kind of boggling my mind. That it's not a block, it actually loads one at random. Okay, let me see if I can figure it out though. Okay, this is a placeholder, doesn't load anything. I think you just set target 2 to the biome load string. The thing that it uses, like btest, or in our case, _biome. Btest. I gotta look at the btest. The btest one is, I'll look at one of those. I think that's how you do it, because this is triggered. Yeah, I think that's all I need is target 2 is set. Let's try that out. I think that'll work. So we're gonna take this guy. And you can't see this because it's just off the edge, because I don't want it. It just clutters it up. I can see it. It's fine. We're gonna use hold. Hold means will not load. Oh no, we need to load a model. Random doesn't matter, no trigger. Okay, I think that's good. So what we want to do now is get rid of these pieces and see if it randomly loads a piece. Well, first let's GST, GA, GST. I need to do it that way. GC, biome chunks, random base 0, random base 1, map compile. Let's check it out. That's not the right piece. That's the right piece. Did I copy that? I'm not sure I copied it. There. Let's see what it does. I'm making sure he's actually standing on it. The real issue is, that might be in the wrong place. There's the triggers over here. The trigger has to be in the 0 player start. There's a reason for it. Let's check. Okay, this is why, because it's been adjusted. Let's see what that does. It should nominally be set to this. But I need to grab the clip. Oh wait, we don't need those. I'm gonna move this in closer. The he's got to go up. The death match, and these terrain are different heights, so this might not actually work out as planned. So I'm going to move all of these up a little bit because this could be kind of quirky. And you'll actually spawn in and fall a little bit. The reason is if you load up these different things, they're actually different heights. Really, they should all be up around 0, 0. And they are kind of. And they'll fall a little bit, but this is like almost necessary. So the idea is we're going to get rid of these. Okay, we're going to get rid of these and see what happens. Let's see what it does. It worked, I think. Not only did it work, it's spawning terrain. We got our lumpy blue terrain. And, wait. Entities. Let's see if we can find our first map hack. It could be 19. This is what we need to do. Freeze non-clients, go map. Let's reload it and see what we get. Oh, look at that. Entities. It's 19. One of them were actually inside. Okay, one of them's up way too high. Let's see if we have a problem here. This is the nominal bottom. I need to know if we've got. It doesn't look like it's wrong. One of them's just up higher. Let's back off ways. I don't see any of them that are wrong, but our spawns are down below that. Either that or we fell down in. You can see. No, you can't. Okay, let's freeze it. Let's freeze it again. And let's reload this. Flying. Okay, my only choice is to put it up even higher. Wait, E19. It is at 0. Where is it? I'm trying to find. Oh, it doesn't use origin because it's a BSP model trick. It uses the mins and the maxes to position it. It should actually start out with the origin's 0. That's why the origin's 0. This is running. That's what I want. Yeah, the origin's 0, 0, 0. So I think I know. I know what we'll find out. One of them is up above 0. Let's find out. 0 layer is there. They shouldn't be though. If I pick them out right. This one's slightly up above. That one's way up above. 3. 3 is the problem. I'm not sure what the best solution is. I could lower it down a little bit. That'll make it a little bit better. Hopefully it won't mess with the dynamic too much. We want to map compile 3. Yes. Okay. I am actually, well, see, I don't want to bump those pads up too high because I don't want the players to start and float above the terrain. The really weird thing is now you can't actually tell where the map pieces are going to be on here because it starts out with that funk map pack. And you just got this weird thing you're looking at. I'm just trying to figure out. Nightbot doesn't tell me that I asked him. Okay. If you tuned in this late at night, I'm actually almost done. I'm going to shut down here in a couple minutes. I'm creating a new map for my Quake mod. I think it's going to be the Archon Radix map plan. And it's my map hack system, so it generates map pieces dynamically from pre-compiled chunks. What I have to do now is create the stuff I want to appear randomly. And that'll be kind of interesting. Because there's a lot of different things I could do at this point. And you know, I wonder if I can undo it. I took out a map chunk piece and I kind of want it back. I want to import because I actually want to see it so I know what goes where. I don't think this is the piece. Is there a light selected? There is. Oh. I already have a light down there. Just so I have a baseline. Because at this point I just created the biome. I just created the biome set for the terrain. I want to I mean, these don't really show you what I want to do. Here's an interesting screenshot. These don't really show you what I want to do. I don't sound as loud as I was, and the music looks kind of loud. But these don't really show you what I want to do. Am I still here? I'm just making sure my camera didn't die. These don't. That guy out there, hover rock style. These don't really show you what my intention is. And I have one somewhere and I'm not sure where it's at. What's here? Yeah. I have one somewhere. I have an image somewhere that I'd like to... There's a couple of them that are really kind of my inspiration, but I don't know where they are. I have so many images. You know, it's in my ModDB someplace. I occasionally go on an image search engine and search out Quake 1 and see what I find. So, nominally, if we went to my mod DB, I don't know how far back we'd have to go. Probably pretty far. My personal pages, I show all kind of stuff. It might actually be in some of the development pages. Maybe in Quake Hack, maybe not. Quake Hack is mostly a demo of the Quake Hack stuff. But I have inspiration that I may have. See, this is my outside. This is a demo of the outside area build. I know it's got kind of square look, but it overcomes that. I spawned it on that. Got the Escher print. One of the Escher prints, that's inspiration. See, I have a terrain sample here of different terrain pieces, like hillocks. Ooh, I don't know if I'm using those. Boy, I wonder what got clobbered by. Here's some samples I did where I actually have level walls and stuff appeared. This is I put my Stonehenge map in there. Here's a bunch of tree designs. You can't just use any design for a tree either. No, you can't. Some things don't look right. I'm wondering if I have some of the attribute stuff. No. Quake Hack. Let's go back to here, mods. Would it be under Chaos Archon? It might be. It might be hard to find. I don't know where it's at. If it's in my main profile, I've pasted probably a few hundred images posted. So it's going to be hard to find. Flankoliers. I'd love to have a model of these. I gotta sit a certain way. It's kind of uncomfortable. I can't just lean back and talk. Here's one. I think I demoed this one though. It is time to shut down. Yeah. If you're lurking, thank you for watching. I'll be back on tomorrow. Tomorrow is, what, Wednesday? Yes. I might do another vintage system. I got some more Atari 2600 stuff to do with the Atari 7800. Here's one. This little floaty rock castle. I like that. Overhead view of the Aquamant augury. This is just one of my initial. This is like Quake Hack Rendition 1 test. Let's look for some more. It's really something that I'm looking through these posts for map concepts. They're on my hard drive somewhere. They're just easier to find here because I know I posted them. The outside, the infamous outside test. I did Skybox. I made this back in like 97. Stonehenge. I never did anything with it. This is a much earlier test. It's just square chunks. The early tests. There are things about some of this that I really like. Big maps are the shit. and I was running different tests to see what it would do. Oh, this is the map design. This is a map. I wonder if I posted it. Doesn't look like I did. I did a lot of testing for this. This is actually Chaos Archon. I don't see the map. Kind of like these floaty areas and a couple of things. Oh, I need to get to bed. I will leave this for tomorrow. If you are lurking, I'm just going to shut down. I don't think anybody wants a raid with my lurkers. And you never know. People like raid with just lurkers, but I'm actually just going to shut down. It's a very late night, and oh, there's hardly anybody to raid anyways. Some people are Australians, and they're just getting up to start their streams, but if you're watching, I'm just shutting down. I am going to conclude this operation. I've got a shortcut key. I just figured out what it is. I need my music is what I'm looking for. I'm going to set up my thing. Did Moobot, Moob or Gur? Did Gur tell you? I guess Gur did. 3-hour stream of Quake map goodness. Do I tell the truth? 3 hours 33. Yeah, that's 3 hours. So, I don't think this is up to date because none of these people were on. I will see you all later. Please be excellent to each other. There will be more streams. I'm going to keep working on this map. It's getting somewhere. I get an idea up here I got to try to implement. And we'll see how it goes. I'm just going to pick a generic exit. My generic end screen. That's it. Let me see if I'm ready. I'm going to turn the music off. Let me see if I'm ready. I need the thing. Da-donk, da-donk. Everybody, I'll be seeing you.